really what we're getting at in a more meta level is, what did Melee give us? And I kind of want to flip it and ask you, what do you think Melee gave you? Like, the fact that those two answers are so different. Both of our answers are so polarizing.
Right.
Between each other's. Not like each other, like you and me, but like
from yeah, I got you.
From each of our own answers. What do you think are like like name 1 to 3 things that like Melee gave you? Like really free reign, because I think that's really what we're getting at here.
Well, it definitely gave me a lot of freedom, in that it was a kind of a one-stop shop for a lot of the things I needed at the time. So I needed like strong camaraderie. I was in a fraternity, but I never really felt like I haven't really made friends with any of the people in my frat. I don't keep in touch with them. So Melee just gave me so much value in terms of the friends I made, I have a lot of friends from it, but like core true friendships. And like I said before, it gave me a lot of confidence. It gives you, I think this is a universal thing, but when you're able to see your progression at something and have a tangible proof that time put in and effort put in has an output, and has not just like you can see your tech getting better, but you see your enjoyment level getting better. You see other people respect you for that. And it feels, and the feeling, the satisfaction, it gives a really awesome blueprint for what it means to improve at something, which is really hard, specifically in comedy, to get in the early stages. Comedy is not the same learning arc. It's a plateau to start, so like teaching me how to enjoy learning is probably the second thing. Honestly, I'm gonna stick with those two. I think those two are the biggest important kind of, because the third thing I would say is probably like enjoying making, like an introduction to podcasting or video making. But I think I would have found that like comedy has an introduction to podcasting and video making also. Like there's a lot of avenues into what we're doing now. Melee just happened to be a great way to break into it and to start developing those skills. So yeah, definitely friendships and a blueprint for how to improve.
Sick. That's really cool here. And yeah, go with your heart on when the answer stops. I think for me, I touched on it in the beginning, so I think I can probably go through this pretty quickly, unless you have additional questions, which is, it just gave me so much focus. Like I learned this year that I have ADHD, which is really, really funny because it's really obvious when you like list it all down and your therapist is like, yeah, that's ADHD, Will.
We have a name for that, Will.
We have a name for that. And it just gave me so much focus. Like, it just taught me how to be focused about things, and so much discipline in the way I go about it. Like, even when I deep dive into something now, like, and how my deep dives go, it's just like head first, like literally absorb everything, and that's like the only thing you do. Like, I've learned how to kind of reel it in to make it very useful. Like when I got into stocks over the summer, like the full submersion of like learning everything from that like was so intense, but like I knew how to do it because I did it with Melee first. And then I think the other thing is it taught me to honestly pursue passions more than anything else. And I know that's super cheesy and super like literally every motivational video will tell you that, but like, dude, I just like, my parents like, wanted me to be a doctor, and I convinced myself that I wanted to be a doctor. And I hit a point where I realized that wasn't what I wanted to do. That isn't what like I was really passionate about. And I think if Melee didn't come in like a month or two before I made that decision, like I don't know when in my lifetime I would have realized that. Because I realized, oh wow, like this is what it means to truly like love something. And I think that those would probably be like my two biggest things, honestly.